Welcome to the Generation Podcast. Yoo-hoo! How are you, man?
Dude, I am down in the beach.
Nice. Just fuck coronavirus quarantine.
Fuck quarantine.
Just go mix it up.
Yeah. Hypocrites, unite.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like going down and like we were like me and family were halfway down towards the beach from where we're at, and there were people like I went to piss in the grocery store in a Publix, pissing in Publix. It sounds funny, and there were like half the people were wearing masks. I was like, what the fuck? What is this? I guess of course it was the white women that weren't wearing the masks. Judgy McJudgers, bunch of Karens, but like, I'm fine. Yeah. It's like, yeah, of course, the rules don't apply to you.
You went from a much more populated urban environment, suburban environment, down to, the rest of the...
That's true. But it was near, it was near Richmond, though.
Well, I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah. They're not wearing their masks. Y'all gotta wear your mask still, like, till they say, like, hey, don't wear masks. It's not your freedom except of breathing, really, because those things are fucking awful. But honestly, we're anti-condom but pro-mask here at Degenerate Nation. I feel like it's very on brand. Like, dude, wear a mask. I don't want my grandparent punching out unnaturally. You know?
Right.
Or my parents. I might someday not disappoint them. I'd like them to be alive enough for me to not disappoint them. I feel like that would be a good thing. I feel like they are owed that.
That's the most selfless thing I've heard.
Yeah. Well, I want people that are older to like not have to die from this thing just because people wouldn't put masks on.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Yeah, and you got those people protesting. I got in an argument with someone because I call them northern rednecks. The people with the guns protesting in the Capitol. I'm like, you're bringing like fucking bazookas to like a government building and nothing happens to you. If you were not like pasty white, do you think you wouldn't at least get harassed? Like, no, you get fucking tore up, man.
Yeah.
I mean like when people talk about like white privilege, it's like, well, someone could be like, well, there's no such thing as in like, Michigan. It's like, ah, damn it. All right, fine.
Yeah.
You win.
Exactly.
It's like, they're just ruining it for, like, they should just beat them up. But they won't because they have guns.
They do have guns, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It seems like de-escalation with police only works for white people.
Yes, correct. It's like you bring guns to a poster fight, you know? You're supposed to fucking roll up a poster, oh, I'm going to write something on this that's going to really get him. And it's like, we want our individual liberties back. And I'm like, that's fine. Totally fine. Go to the Capitol wearing a mask and have the sign that says, be 6 feet apart, whatever, and individual liberties forever or some shit. Like, you're trampling on my personal freedoms. Okay, maybe just make a YouTube video and like coordinate with people that are like-minded. It shouldn't be that hard. But apparently we want to go protest and like they feel like they're... I mean, honestly, okay, this is going to sound bad. I'm just going to say it anyways. This protest that they've done, like, it's been like here and there, like not a constant thing, but Michigan Capitol and some other places, less impact than the Women's March, possibly even less. What do you think, or more?
I don't.
What was that? 1 million people? What will we get out of it?
Certainly less impact, because the Women's March had impact.
What was the impact?
The Me Too movement.
How'd that turn out? You got a presidential candidate that's being accused of sexual assault, and they're burying it under the rugs.
Bill Cosby locked up. Harvey Weinstein locked up. How many movies have been directed by women? I'm not saying like this is a big movement that has had impact. It has.
Okay. Well, I was right then. It was less impact than that.
Louis C.K. not beating off on women anymore.
He didn't beat off on them. He beat off in front of them. And he said, I'm going to beat off now. He didn't just pull it out and whoop it. And they stayed in the room. Because they, why? Wanted a career? Or it was just awkward? Like, I just don't understand. Like, I honestly, like, it's hard to put yourself in the shoes of someone that's being masturbated in front of by a weirdo. You know?
Yeah.
But, or in the high heels or whatever type of shoes they were wearing, in the flats of another. But I feel like I'd be like, all right, Louis, I'm gonna just go back to my room, dude. I'm okay. And then not speak of it and be cool with them.
Yeah.
But
you're a man.
But I'm a man.
It's different.
If a woman started masturbating in front of me, I'd just be like, this is weird. I'm gonna tell everybody, but this is so weird.
Yeah, and also it's Louis C.K. Like, no one's complaining about Hugh Jackman beating off in front of him.
Hugh Jackin. Fucking Wolverine is tearing his dick out with his claws, and you're just like, I think I'm gonna stick around for this.
Yeah. So,
okay,
I mean, it's all...
Yeah, they might not. It's not sexual harassment then, right? It's just like, he took his dick out, but it's like, it was big. Oh my god, Hugh Jackman has a nice big dick. I'd fuck Hugh Jackman.
Oh yeah, obviously.
He's Wolverine.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's...
and he was in Kate and Leopold. I mean, come on.
He's the second best, I think, incarnation of a superhero on film or TV. Christian Bale as Batman. You don't like him?
I wouldn't put him as the best.
Who's better than Jackman and him?
I think Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man.
Nah, he's good though. He's good. He's like top 3. What's that?
If they put someone else in, they wouldn't have had a 23 movie run that just keeps on going. They wouldn't have.
They could have put someone else in.
He's just too fucking charming.
He's charming. Yeah, right. But those two movie series that I described are, the characterization is even better. I think there's your top 3 right there. Your Bale Batman.
I don't even think Bale was the best Batman.
Who's the best Batman? Michael Keaton? Val Kilmer? Don't you say Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck was a dope Batman in shitty movies. Great Batman though.
Okay. Well, I
will defend that to the death. Michael Keaton, bad Batman, good Batman movies.
Okay. You can maybe see that. What about Val Kilmer?
Val Kilmer, great Batman.
Horrible movie.
Bad Batman movie.
Yeah.
It was good for the time.
I enjoyed it. I don't like to rewatch it, even though the performances were very watchable.
It's a solid flick, man.
The movie itself, you're just like, eh.
You gotta compare it to 90s standards, not like what we have.
Yeah, 90s standard. Shawshank Redemption. Gladiator was 2000. There were some good movies that won Best Pictures and stuff like that, or that made some decent money. Jurassic Park, the first one. Oh.
I'm not comparing it to Oscar movies. I'm comparing it to superhero movies.
Jurassic Park is a creature movie.
It's not the same. I'm saying Batman Forever is a good superhero movie for the time.
Don't forgive the times. Because we once lived in a time...
It's a solid movie. I will defend it. Batman and Robin. You don't hear me defending Batman and Robin.
No, it's terrible. It was written by a great screenwriter. It just wasn't good. He even admits to it. Akiva Goldsman. He's like, yeah, that wasn't great. But, like, defending the time is like... would be like defending the Louis C.K. times where you could just, like, masturbate in front of people and it was fine.
Didn't you just finish up doing that?
No, I didn't. I said that it was weird, and like I just feel like is the masturbating itself the problem, or is it that we have a culture that we're not assertive when something it doesn't feel right. That we can't feel like we're equal to the person that is wronging us or wronging decent taste in that case, or both.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have the solution. You know, I think that there's a... I think that women growing up are made to apologize more than boys are.
Right.
There's like an inherent thing of, well, I don't want to rock the boat.
It should be the opposite. We should apologize more because it's like admitting fault without admitting that you're broken or something. Like, hey, I fucked up. It's so refreshing to hear a man apologize because you believe it.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, you know, culturally, there's a shift happening. To go back to your original point, is their protest more impactful than the Women's March? Absolutely. The Women's March wasn't there to get Trump, you know, to stop the inauguration. It was just a bunch of people were pissed off. Not just about but about a bunch of shit.
It was timed awkwardly.
That guy can talk about grabbing women by the pussy and still become president of this country. Shows that there's a problem in this country, and that's what they're.
Yeah, a lot of women voted for him. There's your problem.
Huh?
Blame the other women.
Look, I'm not pro anything.
So many women voted for him, and they're blaming every man on earth, and blaming him for saying some awful shit. Like, okay, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, they're gonna protest, and then there's gonna be the Me Too movement.
And a woman lost, but not because she's a woman. People just didn't like that person at all.
Right.
It was like two objectionable candidates. Yeah.
There was an instance recently at work where a woman got fired, and a couple of the other women who've been complaining about her for a year and a half are like, you know, it's kind of sexist. Is it? She wasn't good at her job. That's not sexism.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
I get it, but at the same time, who knows, man? Things are weird.
I know, man.
I don't have the answer.
I say some harsh things, but like, that's what you need to do if we're supposed to be equal. Like, equal means the same rights and the same criticisms and the same praise. You know, not like you get protected in your job that you sucked at because you're a woman, which is women. There's more women than there are men in the world, and in America.
That's why we need to make our alternate history women's, miniseries.
The men's suffrage miniseries?
There you go. It's just, what if women ruled the world from the beginning of time?
If I ruled the world, I tell my daughters.
Just show what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into it. I'm just trying to think what the scope would be.
Well, it probably shouldn't be written by us, seeing as how we're just two white guys. Probably don't have the voice for this.
We have the voice.
No.
I have the voice. I'm pretty adaptable. The only thing I can't do is medical stuff. I just don't care. Or law. Medical or like law. The only thing is I feel like I can't really nail. Unless you're smart enough to, like, you find a woman that is very creative and is interested in the idea and wants to, like, shepherd it, and then you write most of it.
There you go. We need access just for a couple hours to Mitt Romney's binder full of women.
Yes.
So that we can find women to do this.
I think they'll do it.
Yeah. Why don't we just put out a Craigslist ad for men seeking women?
Perfect. It's too bad they don't have casual encounters anymore, because everyone responds to that and be like, "Ooh, thanks." Just kidding, though. We have this script. And they're like, "Oh, I'm already here. Fine, tell me about it. Just let me put my dildo away first, and I'll email you back in like 5 minutes."
There you go.
They talk like that too. That inflection. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. I really like that idea. You always come up with good ideas, and it's like a big picture thing, and it's kind of like White Man's Burden. That movie, you've seen that, right?
No.
There's another one that's really good. One of those good '90s movies with John Travolta was It was flipped. That black people mostly ran the country, or the wealth, and better jobs and stuff, and the white people were an oppressed minority.
Huh.
And so, just showing the idea of like classism and stuff like that, and race, how that ties together within a flipped context, so it's like more accessible.
How did John Travolta walk in the movie? I know the walk is a big thing for him to get into character.
I don't know. He was like in the back of a police car for part of it, and like he kidnapped the main character.
So that's what he did. He just didn't walk to show the burden.
Yeah, the burden was that it's very hard to walk if you're white in this alternate universe.
Well, that makes sense. See, that's just part of the method, you know?
Yeah.
Strasbourg method.
The Strasbourg method. The Travolta method. Next time we do a short film, we're going to use the Travolta method. I want to like choose some scenery next time. How about you?
Oh, absolutely. We should just get Travolta on. Let's see if Jaime can get Travolta.
I bet Jaime
Although
can
I
get
don't think the
Travolta on.
Scientologists would let him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't let people talk.
They gave him like sweet hair plugs in exchange for his soul.
Yeah, I mean...
He's gone bald recently. Like, I mean, he's been bald for like 25 years, but like he's shown his baldness.
What was the last good movie he was in?
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Good movie? Him?
Yeah.
Was there something after Pulp Fiction?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what?
There were. Sometimes he's good.
Was White Man's Burden after Pulp Fiction? I'm gonna check his. We're gonna check his filmography. I'll do it.
There you go. What was that movie? Be Cool? He was in that. That was okay.
Was that okay? You said good movie though.
Well, I mean, my standards are low. I like Batman Forever.
Let's see. Movies. Filmography. Here we go. Oh, look at his fucking perfect fake hair. Yeah, the Scientology hair plugs are great.
Yeah, they're the best.
Do you think Tom Cruise has real hair?
I don't think so.
I think I would join. I'm pretty faithless. I'll become a Scientologist to keep my hair and take out this widow's peak.
You don't have enough money.
Yeah, but I can start at level 1, and they give you like level 1 hair plugs. Like, we only cover up to a widow's peak. Anything past a widow's peak.
I think hair plugs come in at level 7.
Really?
I think so.
It's like you find out. No, Xenu, what? Yeah, but I'm about them plugs. What up on them plugs?
I think you got to get in the Sea Brigade or whatever it is. I watched a couple of the Scientology things, but I don't remember shit.
Is Get Shorty good?
Yeah, that was good.
Is Broken Arrow good?
No, not really.
Is Primary Colors good? A Civil Action?
Is Face Off good?
Yeah, that's a terrible movie. The Thin Red Line?
That movie sucked.
Yeah, it was really boring. It was well directed and stuff. I just didn't give a shit.
No, it wasn't. That movie just sucked all around.
Swordfish? Jesus. He was in Austin Powers 3. He was just a cameo. Ladder 49. The Punisher. Be Cool. Wild Hogs. Ooh.
Wild Hogs, man. That was a good flick.
Old Dogs. These movies are terrible, man. He made a movie called I Am Wrath. So the answer is no. So we're going to say, is Broken Arrow good?
No.
So that one sucks. Phenomenon was his last good movie. Was that good?
It's alright.
That's kind of good.
I wouldn't say it was phenomenal, but it was good.
She's So Lovely. I don't remember that shit. Michael, that was the one I was thinking about.
I don't know that one.
White Man's Burden, dude. Might be his last good movie. Unless these other ones were good. Fuck, who cares? We just spent like 7 minutes talking about John Travolta.
Yeah.
It's all about we're pretty good together, you know, but we want to stretch out the material, like get rid of that fat in the middle. You know what I mean? It's always the middle.
Maybe if we didn't do as many of these, we could do that.
No, you're only on twice a week. That's not that much.
I feel like we've been doing quantity over quality.
That was always the case. The
quality
quality
was never good.
It was so low, but we were like once every 2 weeks. But even that was too much. So we might as well go way, 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 way too much.
Well, these are the results you get.
That's fine.
Half sleepy, tired from the day, thinking about work stuff, half into doing this with you.
Hey man,
you deserve more.
Half in makes me gush. It's all about look. This is just a vanity exercise to make me gush afterwards. I listen to it, I re-listen. It triggers me, and I gush. Okay, I gush. It's a gushing exercise. I quit porn, and I do this for like 30, 40 minutes, and I'm like, oh, that's good. I'm relaxed, and then I listen again, and that charges me up, and then and then I'm good. And I'm like, then I don't want to murder someone for at least a half a day, and then the process continues. It's just an elaborate and repeated process that just is unshakable.
That's great, man. I'm glad you found out your secret to happiness.
Yeah, it's just like...
Well, or at least not, if not happiness, at least, you're not killing anybody.
No, it's because of my elaborate system of release. It's very elaborate. It's like serial killers have their, like, disciplined routines, methods, and they usually only get caught when they stray from that. They leave the evidence behind or whatever.
So now you're comparing yourself to a serial killer?
I don't know, I guess. I mean, my masturbatory methods are that of a serial killer's preciseness.
That sounds right.
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
No, like when you... Okay, so, I mean, you're in a relationship and... You probably, and additionally, don't deny yourself pleasure of visual pleasures, and so either way you have some form of stimulation for your mind to recall visual images or memories. I do not have many memories like that, and I've denied myself the visual stimulation. So I have my methods.
Who am I to deny you of your methods, man? They're sound.
Yeah, they're sound.
You got a good thing going.
Yeah.
Just keep going, man.
When you don't have methods, you end up jacking it in front of like other stand-ups in hotel rooms, and you lose your career over some fucking anonymous jacks. What a worthwhile venture that was, huh?
Yeah, right. See, here you are. You're keeping things tight. You're not deviating
exactly.
from the method.
How hard was it to just get a hooker? He wanted a regular gal to be like, just had no control. It's like, how do you not have any control? You have that much money, you can like buy control. What's wrong with like an escort that doesn't know who the fuck you are?
I don't know, man. See, you'll never make that mistake. If you ever get on the throne, you won't be dethroned.
No, I will get escorts. Or just treat regular women like nice women. I don't know. One of those two. I mean, you could do both concurrently.
You could. Yeah.
Right?
They're not mutually exclusive.
No. But like, hey, you're a nice person. Okay. Would you like to get some pie sometime? I have a boyfriend. Like, I don't believe that, but that's okay.
And then escort.
And then you're like, and then I'm like, yeah, I want the full package. Yeah, the wax. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Rope. Yep. Okay. Boom. Set up for life.
Boom. That's all it takes.
See, and then you get like the escorts or aspiring escorts that aren't really like full-on hookers, Not Charlie Sheen hookers, but like David Faustino like escorts.
Did you say aspiring hookers?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thing.
Yeah, there are.
I think you're either a hooker or not a hooker.
You have to have You have to have a certain level of clientele to really be a hooker. Otherwise, you're just like dabbling, or like you're a non-union hooker. Like You know what I mean? And is that the guy's name, David Faustino?
Yeah, the guy from Married with Children.
The guy from Married with the one person from Married with Children didn't blow up after Married with Children.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the neighbor didn't. Wasn't there a neighbor?
Oh yeah, there was two neighbors. Yeah, the couple.
Yeah.
One was in
Revenge
Revenge of
the
the
Nerds. Who thought
Nerds.
that Al Bundy turned out to be a better man than Bill fucking Cosby?
Yeah, but he was playing a character. Bill Cosby was. They were both playing characters, but it was based on Bill Cosby's comedy.
Yeah.
Well, Ed O'Neill was just an actor.
I get that, but looking back, he was the one like, you shouldn't watch that show. Cosby, that's a nice solid program.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope.
Yeah, my good buddy, who I believe I'm talking about, he once in college turned down a girl when she called him up to hang out again for the Cosby Show reruns. And he actually said that. It's like, nah, I'm good. It's like, what? Yeah, I'm going to watch the Cosby Show. Bye. Baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Baby.
Baby.
You've never gotten him on one of these podcasts, have you?
No, I got to get him to do it.
Yeah, he just doesn't stop talking.
The three of us need to get together. Yeah, we all went camping, and he was just talking and talking and talking. I almost completely fell asleep, and you were talking to him, and you just started falling asleep, and then he eventually just stopped talking and went to bed when he realized no one was awake. He was talking into the foresty void.
Yeah, he's just jabbering about just nothing.
Yeah,
he's talking about RC Cola at some point.
He's didn't even you were about to go RC Cola, baby, but you fell asleep.
I did. That was the last thing I remember. I was wanting to open my mouth to say RC Cola, baby, but I didn't have enough energy to do that, and I fell asleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was the first thing I said in the morning to you guys. I was like, hey, by the way, last night, RC Cola. Yeah.
Did I ever tell you a story in high school where he this crazy dude wanted to be blood brothers with him?
Oh yeah, but the 32 people listening haven't heard it.
This is gonna drop to the 31 because it's weird. So this dude, do we use the names of people that we don't give a shit about? His initials were DM. We're gonna say DM. So DM and me and my friend, my dearest, were in the fucking parking lot where we always drank of his mom's condo. We always drank down there. And I now have a friend that lives around there, which is funny in that complex. But anyways, we would drink in either my silver Oldsmobile or his red truck. His red, was it a Nissan or Toyota? It's Nissan, right? Yeah, it was a Nissan truck.
I like that truck. That was a nice truck.
It's a baller truck. And we would be drinking in there, and he would never really talk about family stuff, right? But one day he just starts emoting about his mom, and he was upset. And his parents weren't together, and his mom was, I guess, pretty, a lot. She's like, a lot. And he lived with his dad. And so there was obviously something there, and I was gonna try to just listen or comfort him, but DM steps in. He's like, "That's all right, bro. He said, we're gonna be blood brothers tonight, blood brothers." And he just grabs keys or some shit and cuts his fucking arm in a parking lot. And he's like, "All right, blood to blood, blood to blood." And then my friend just looks at me. He's immediately calmed down for what he was upset about. He's just he gives me this side eye, what the fuck? And he grabs the thing and just pretends to do it and goes like that. They put arms. He's like, "Now we're blood brothers. Anything you feel, I feel." And I was just like, I'm just sitting there with my fucking screwdriver, in the truck or the Oldsmobile, whichever car we were in. I was just like, "What the fuck is this?" Probably listen to DMX or something.
Yeah, wow. Huh.
Someone gonna make him lose his mind. Up in here, up in here. Yeah, isn't that weird?
It's pretty weird, man.
Yeah, he was also the dude that peed in radiators of cars when we our version of camping out was going to his dad's, again, a parking lot, and having a sleepover in the parking lot. and we were going to get up super early and get in line for tickets for the HF Festival, which was in D.C., or I think. And he's just like, hold on, I got pissed. I'm like, dude, whatever, I don't care. Whatever, DM. He's a fucking animal. I was like, I don't know how I was friends with any people except for my friend that went camping with us. Anyone that I knew. Like, I just don't know how or why. Anyways, he like goes up and pops up someone's hood and just stands in it and like just urinates everywhere in the radiator and like other parts of the engine and stuff. And it's like a car like 2 cars down from us. So he didn't even go like a half a block away and do it. And then I was just like, whatever. We were eating Funnies and donuts and drinking 40s and shit. I was like, it was mostly a good time, but in the back of my mind, I was like, this guy's a fucking loose cannon, dude.
What is he up to in life these days?
I don't know. I don't even want to Google him. He's probably like has his own business and is like doing great or something. He was a fucking animal. He was one of the 3 people that I was with. Like we had a 4-person New Year's party. He was dating another friend of mine. That's how we knew him in the first place. And we tore up a fucking hotel room like rock stars. We sprayed. This is 2001. I was 19. We sprayed 2001 in silly string on the walls and had to scrape it off with quarters the next morning because we forgot about it. And we got 8 noise complaints. 8 for 3 people because my friend was like passed out by this point. My other friend, I think you remember him, the tall, skinny guy. Mm-hmm. The initials were CO. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And DM were there. And, like, so really only me and DM were that loud. And I was fucking rock star animals. But this guy just brought out the worst in me. And I was an enabler of his behavior, for sure. He's a damn animal. 8 noise complaints. 8 on New Year's at a hotel.
Yeah.
Dude. And, so, to wrap up the DM story, this is still in my yearbook. I'll have to, like, take a picture and send it to you. His signature was like, "What's up, man?" Like asking me what's up into the eternal void, I guess. And it was like, "Yo, it was mad cool, like, becoming friends this year, and I look forward to pissing on more radiators this summer." Pissing in cars and shit. And that's what he wrote in my yearbook. It's there forever. Forever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. I know you had some pill popping daddies as friends, and it's the same thing, but you're like, it's different when you're still friends with them, and you all like matured in various ways at various times and various stages and whatnot. But like, you've all approached that. It seems like, anyways, you've all approached some level of like maturity, and at least in like behavior or like attitude and stuff like that. Maybe not in like viewpoints or certain benchmarks that people associate with like adulthood. Like, you don't all have kids, you're not all married, but like, and there's not a lot of you. Who was it, like 5 or 6 of you or whatever? But like, you were never like this dude. This guy was an animal. You guys were stupid. Really stupid, but not. This guy was like a dangerous animal.
Right. Yeah, no, we didn't do. We weren't dangerous animals. No. Just dumb.
Just really dumb.
Mostly harmless. Bored suburban teenagers who smoked a lot of weed.
Yeah. See, we were drinkers, not as much of the weed. My friend smoked weed, but it wasn't like that.
If you're a teenager listening who smokes weed, be careful with that and don't turn into an animal. But it's a great time. Enjoy it. Yeah.
If you're drinking, just drink cheap stuff and don't ever invest in anything better. Stupid. Don't spend your money on alcohol. Get the cheap stuff. Get it out of your fucking system. And right? Shouldn't they do that? If you're listening to this, you've probably already started, and you probably have various other habits that lead you to listening to this podcast instead of out with your beloved or something, or like nestled in with your own little nest with your beloved and your young precocious children working on your third novel or something. But you're slumming it here. You're drunk, and you're probably drinking a shelf higher than you deserve. That's okay. But we're just saying, aim lower, dude.
Yeah. Set the bar on the ground and just step over it.
Step on that bar and just almost trip on it. It's fine. Scrape your toe against the bar. It's fine. Like, I know a friend that is going through a time like where he's trying to decide whether or not to, like, if he can. Actually, it's two people that are trying to, like, give up substances, and I'm just like, dude. I remember telling them, like, or one of them, like, don't give up around the holidays. That's fucking stupid. Like, just power through the goddamn holidays. And, like, I wasn't telling him what he wanted to hear. I was like, oh, you got this. I'm like, no, I know you. You're not gonna. You gotta, like, try to get it on your first attempt. Because if you don't, it's a lot harder. You gotta try to get it. So you want to set yourself up for success. Don't just be like, oh, I think I have a problem. I'm just gonna stop. And then you stop for 3 weeks, and then you're like, oh, I don't have a problem. Or, like, you're like, I guess I couldn't do it. But, like, you can do it. But you're going to get discouraged if you don't have a plan. And you don't set the right time. Like, I don't know, like, in the pandemic, that's a really good time to not drink. to get started. Like, the only things that are open are, like, programs where you could, like, go do that. Probably, like, chairs in a circle 6 feet apart or whatever. You can wear a mask or something, but... Anyways, one of my friends is gonna do something with that. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that was a roundabout conversation, man.
Which one? Which part?
All of them. Just meandering through life with you is just interesting. I hope listener 1, 2, and 3 enjoy it.
Are you suggesting you're petering out?
Oh, I'm done.
All right, bye.